Welcome back everyone, Jose21 Crisis here, and today we have a new episode of the Mendoza Career. Round 12 of the 2000 Formula 1 Championship takes us to Hungary, on the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix. The Hungaroring is often referred to as Monaco without the buildings, and it certainly fits the bill. It's a very narrow track, very technical, very slow speed, not many places to overtake, so qualifying position, it's very important. 3 sectors as usual, with the most punishing of them being the second sector. As it has many corners, all of them linked together, that means there's no breather for drivers or tires, which is gonna be very important in terms of strategies. Just like Monaco, the Hungaroring demands the highest possible downforce available from this F1 car, so expect to see the biggest wings everyone has available. However, unlike Monaco, tire wear is very significant around this track, especially Sector 2 being so heavy on the drivers and, as I said previously, on the tires, means they are likely to overheat and wear out faster than they ever would in Monaco. The weather doesn't seem like it will be a factor for this one, it will be sunny skies all weekend. Due to the natural layout of the track, the one stop is out of the question. The time lost due to carrying that much fuel throughout the track just doesn't balance out the reduced time throughout the pit lane. That means everyone will be using 2 stoppers or 3 stoppers. The 3 stop has the advantage of less tire wear overall at the cost of having to go through the pit lane one additional time. The 2 stopper is good if the drivers can conserve the tires, but that might put them at a disadvantage compared to the 3 stoppers. However, 2 stoppers do have the advantage that they don't have to overtake compared to the 3 stoppers that need to overtake to take advantage of their pace. As is usual, teams bring upgrades after every weekend, and as for the Hungarian Grand Prix, we see the effect some of those upgrades have. McLaren and Mercedes have a point compared to Ferrari that only managed to get 0.4 points, so McLaren definitely the favorite for this weekend, although we will see what Ferrari can do. Jaguar as usual managed to bring a significant upgrade, 1 full point. Jordan only 0.4 points, Benetton 0.7, same as VAR, so the battle between Jordan, Benetton, VAR, it's going to be quite intense, I imagine, in this Grand Prix. Williams 0.8 of upgrade, still a bit behind VAR, doing their best to get close, but I don't think they will have enough time this season to get close to the actual midfield. Sauber and Arrows still pretty close by, but Sauber managed to bring a significant upgrade package, 1.2 points, and they are ahead of Arrows. Prost and Minardi don't move that much. Prost doesn't move, Minardi only 0.4 points, so their battle I doubt will be legendary. And I'm getting the confirmation that qualifying is ready to start, so let's jump in and see what's the best everyone can do. And for the first time since the Spanish Grand Prix, it will be Mika Häkkinen on pole position. Second will be Michael Schumacher. His streak of poles has ended. Surprisingly good lap by Mika Häkkinen. Third will be David Coulthard, not that far away from the top two. Jacques Villeneuve with a surprising 15.7 just behind David Coulthard. Then we have Eddie Irvine in 5th, beating his teammate who is down in 8th, but a 5th place for the Jaguar, very good result. 6th place, Heinz-Harald Frentzen in the Jordan. 7th place, Rubens Barrichello, disappointing result for the Ferrari man. He will be looking to get into the top 4 at least. Alex Mendoza is in 8th, 1/10 away from his teammate. Not bad result for the Jaguar team. Jarno Trulli in 9th position on the Jordan, beaten by his teammate by a bit less than a 10, not that bad. Pedro de la Rosa in a surprising 10th place. You'd imagine the Arrows is better in high-speed tracks, but it definitely showed good performance on this one. Jenson Button, 11th place. Alexander Wurz is 12th, with Ralf Schumacher in 13th place, so definitely good qualifying by the Williams men, being able to beat some VARs and some Benettons, or well, one of each at least. Then we have Ricardo Sonta in 14th position, quite a ways away from his teammates. 1.5 seconds it seems to me. Surprisingly good result by John Alesi, 15 in the Prost. Giancarlo Fisichella 16 in the Benetton, disappointing qualifying, but I think that he can do better than that. Mika Salo in 17th, Jos Verstappen in 18th, Pedro Diniz in 19th, 20th position by Nick Heidfeld in the Prost. All of these positions are, I'm gonna say it myself, they are pretty predictable considering the performance of the Sauber and the Prost, as well as the Minardis, Marc Gené and Gaston Mazzacane once again in the back of the grid. The only disappointing performance I can say is Jos Verstappen, who is quite away from his teammate. About 8/10 of a second, which is significant. You never want to be 8/10 of a second away from your teammate. Now time to remember what's at stake here. Michael Schumacher leads the championship by 4 points over Mika Häkkinen, 62-58. David Coulthard has 52 points, so he's still in the fight. He needs a very good result to actually get properly back in this one. Let's see if he can get it. Rubens Barrichello with 43 points, he's definitely in 4th position, not totally out of it, but he definitely needs a good result to be able to get back into championship contention, although considering Michael Schumacher is leading, I doubt Maranello's gonna give him the chance. Alex Mendoza in 5th position, he has 27 points and there's still some championship to go, but I doubt anyone's gonna take him out of that position. Jarno Trulli in 6th place with 10 points, Heinz-Harald Frentzen 7th with 7 points, tied with Jacques Villeneuve. Giancarlo Fisichella and Ralf Schumacher tied with 6 points, Eddie Irvine down in 11th with 5 points, Jenson Button 2 points and Ricardo Sonta 1 point, everyone else is unclassified. As for the constructor standings, McLaren Mercedes leads the way unlike the driver standings, 110 to 105 of Ferrari. 3rd place is Jaguar and I doubt anyone is gonna be able to topple them unless they get on an amazing run. Jordan with 17 points, they are in 4th. BAR, Honda and Williams are tied for 5th with 8 points apiece, and Benetton is 7th with 6 points. Every other team is unclassified. And everyone is getting ready to go. The formation lap is gonna start in a few minutes, so let's get down there and see what's gonna happen. Of course, I must remind you that comment, like, subscribe and support me on Coffee if you so desire. I'm sorry this took so long, I've been very busy studying engineering, it's gonna take a lot of your time. And considering a bit of a vacation, I have time to actually do some videos, so here we are. Formation lap will start in a few minutes, so let's get down there and see who will prevail today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a very short run into turn 1. Let's see who can make the most of it. The clutches are ready, everyone is ready. And we're off. Clutches drop, the race is on. Great start by Mika Häkkinen. Michael Schumacher trying something, but he's definitely not had a great start as Mika Häkkinen had. Gonna have to settle for 2nd position. David Coulthard keeping it very close with Michael Schumacher. He's 3rd now. Jacques Villeneuve keeps it in 4th position. Eddie Irvine, he's still in 5th. It's that Alex Mendoza in 6th. I think it was Alex Mendoza in 6th. If so, great job, great start by the Venezuelan. Those are the people in scoring position, which means drivers like Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Rubens Barrichello did not have a great start. In the meantime, Mika Häkkinen in the lead, Michael Schumacher pretty sure trying to find a way to overtake him here in lap 1 while everyone's still compressed. Doesn't seem like there's an overtaking spot. Remember, this is the Hungaroring. There are not many places to pass here in this tight circuit, but Michael Schumacher's gonna try to find an opportunity if he can. So far not working, it's just lap 1 though, long race, 77 laps long, so if there's gonna be an opportunity, there's gonna be plenty, so he's gonna have to keep an eye out in case there's an overtaking chance. So far, nothing. Mika Häkkinen doing a good job defending his position. Of course, this is a Hungaroring. You don't need to really put that much effort into defending considering there are not that many overtaking spaces. It is Mika Häkkinen in the lead. Michael Schumacher, 2nd place. 3rd place, David Coulthard. 4th place, Jacques Villeneuve. 5th place is Eddie Irvine. 6th place is Alex Mendoza. And this is the order we have at the end of lap 1. We will see if Michael Schumacher can actually find a way to overtake or if Mika Häkkinen will keep the lead all the way into the stops. Now, Mr. Mendoza, what can you do? Chasing down Eddie Irvine, that car is bottoming out a lot. Into turn 5, he sends it in there and it looks like he got the move done. Mendoza moves past Eddie Irvine, good job there. Very aggressive move into turn 5, not an usual overtaking spot, but he got the job done. Right, so we were told there was an incident on lap 1. Let's try to find it. Here we have a camera on Jos Verstappen, not a good qualifying position in the arrows. Maybe he was the one with the issue in lap 1, we will see. Very aggressive move from that Sauber there. Yeah, he definitely was the one with the issue. I think hitting that curve might have been the issue why his suspension went out, but it definitely went out. That is Jos Verstappen out of the race, just lap 1. Not a good look for arrows. So far, surprisingly good pace for Alex Mendoza, which makes us consider, aside from the very, very low car he has, into turn 5 again. Jacques Villeneuve did not expect the move there very clearly, and Mendoza is through, up to P4, and like I was saying before, it makes us think that he might be running a 3-stop strategy because this pace and the ability to overtake cars, there's very few ways to explain it. So far he's been unable to show it, but Jarno Trulli has had the measure of Heinz-Harald Frentzen so far throughout the weekend. Only place he hasn't shown it is in qualifying, but he looks to change that here in the race. Maybe not anymore, he's pulling over. He's not moving anymore, he probably has some sort of issue, maybe suspension, maybe the brakes gave out, and he had to pull from the race. That's gonna be another DNF for Jordan. This time it will be Jarno Trulli. I am certain this is not where they want to be, but this battle between Williams and Benetton throughout the year has been very fun. So far we have Ralf Schumacher leading Giancarlo Fisichella, Alex Wurz and Jenson Button. Button has a lot of potential, but so far he hasn't showed. Ralf Schumacher, he's been definitely carrying the Williams team so far, and that's not gonna be good. That's definitely not gonna be a good result for Williams. That will be Ralf Schumacher out of this race, and Williams' hopes now rest on Jenson Button. This association, Williams BMW, definitely has a long way forward, but I'm sure they will be successful eventually. I'm not gonna say that I told you so because I wasn't completely sure whenever he was on a 3-stopper or not, but this is lap 23. This is very early to be pitting for a 2-stop, stupidly early to be pitting for a 1-stop, which we know everyone's not pitting for. So this most definitely has to be a 3-stop for Alex Mendoza. The pit crew, the Jaguar pit crew does a solid job, and he's gonna be out there. He was in 4th position before, where he will be now. Heinz-Harald Frentzen coming down the pit straight, he might be able to get Mendoza into turn 1. No, he cannot. Just a few tenths of a second. Even Mendoza made that little snap in sector 3, so that might have given Frentzen enough time to get there, but it was just not enough. If I heard the reports right, both Michael Schumacher and Mika Häkkinen are going to come into the pits this lap. Both the leader and the man in second place will be coming in this lap, and the reports are indeed correct. Both of them are coming into the pits, which means David Coulthard is gonna go around them, and he's going to go into the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix here on lap 28. So in they come, both Mika Häkkinen and Michael Schumacher. Who will come out first? The pit crew's doing a very good job. Ready? And off they go. Here's a Sauber and a Prost. I think that's Mika Salo. I cannot identify the Prost. But there we go. Mika Häkkinen will stay ahead of Michael Schumacher. Rubens Barrichello now moves into second position, but he's gonna have to pit for his first pit stop of the day. Good job. Good thing that Ferrari put him on a longer stint apparently. But in the meantime, David Coulthard will now have to prove that he can actually win this race on this strategy. He's been stuck in traffic for the past few sectors, so it looks like McLaren are finally pulling the trigger on David Coulthard pitting, and I think overall this strategy that David Coulthard is and the pace he's had and the management he's had, it's excellent because he's gonna be able to come out in the lead, at least I think so. Into the pit box he will go. Now where are Michael Schumacher and Mika Häkkinen? Mika Häkkinen is still ahead. Where are they? Come on, there we go. There's Mika Häkkinen, there's Michael Schumacher. Like I said, Mika Häkkinen ahead, but they're just entering sector 3. And David Coulthard, there we go. He's pulling out of the pits. And ladies and gentlemen, David Coulthard managed to put an excellent overcut and is now officially in the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Excellent job by David Coulthard being able to get the position. Now, the question is, who will finish second? It will be Mika Häkkinen or Michael Schumacher. Mika Häkkinen so far looks like he has the situation under control, but things can change at any moment. But for now, David Coulthard in the lead. Looks like another routine stop for Mendoza, so let's see how this one goes. He enters P5. Right behind him is Jacques Villeneuve. Hopefully race director will point the camera at him to see where he is right now. But he's getting served right now, I mean Alex Mendoza. There is Jacques Villeneuve. He's been stuck in traffic for a while and that might cost him P5. He had some good pace, may be able to keep up with Mendoza. Remember, Mendoza is on a 3-stop. Villeneuve is on a 2-stop, and definitely the traffic has cost Jacques Villeneuve a chance at getting P5. That I'm pretty sure he's cursing at the back markers at this point, because that's an easy position he could have gotten, and he failed to get it because he was stuck in traffic. Alex Mendoza is now officially in 5th. Now let's see what he can do. As mentioned previously, the fight between Benetton and Williams has been surprisingly fun this season. Here we have Jenson Button, Alexander Wurz fighting over position. Wurz not able to get the job done again. You know this already, it's very difficult to overtake around the Hungaroring. It's just too hard. Is that someone on smoke? That is Heinz-Harald Frentzen, excuse me, that is Giancarlo Fisichella. He's the man on fire. His engine has definitely burst, he's spewing flames. I'm pretty sure the FIA is on the radio with Benetton telling them to pull over Fisichella's car, and Benetton definitely very depressed and will try to find out why the Supertech Playlife engine has exploded like that. That will be Fisichella out of this race with an engine failure in a very risky position too. Careful, there went an Arrows, there went David Coulthard, there went Michael Schumacher, there went Mika Häkkinen. At least they avoided the car, but that is one less car in this race. Let me make sure I actually heard this right, and let's confirm it with the actions on track. Mika Hakkinen has been called into the pits, and Ferrari know this, and they have confirmed it already, as did us. Mika Hakkinen into the pits, so he had a lighter fuel load than Michael Schumacher, and yet Michael Schumacher could keep up with him. And now it's time to take advantage of that. Michael Schumacher needs 1 or 2 laps with the best possible pace he can come up to be able to overtake Mika Hakkinen as a time trial. Not on track, but as a time trial. That's one of the advantages strategy gives us. You don't have to overtake someone on track, especially at a difficult track like this one. The one thing, there is Rubens Barrichello, here's Mika Hakkinen. The one thing these men don't want to see in front of them is traffic. And unfortunately for Mika Hakkinen, he has a train ahead of him. So let's see if he can work this one out. Now David Coulthard getting called into the pits. His race so far has been nothing short of impressive. This is one of the things David Coulthard can do at times. He can just go up against his teammate Mika Hakkinen, one of the best drivers in Formula 1 right now, and just beat him. He can occasionally do this, and this is one of those times that he's managed to pull that off. He's probably gonna win this race unless some issue happens, like in a pit stop or on the track, but this is the matters right now. David Coulthard is in the lead and he's probably gonna win. But Michael Schumacher is the one that matters right now because he's in second position, fighting for second position with Mika Hakkinen. Second position is going to be taken by his teammate Rubens Barrichello, but Rubens Barrichello also has to do another stop. He does not have enough fuel to make it to the end. There he is, Rubens Barrichello, but there is Mika Hakkinen just entering the pit straight and with a train of back markers ahead of him. Where's Michael Schumacher? Rejoins right now, and Michael Schumacher provisionally second position, actually third position, but after Rubens Barrichello pits, he's gonna be second. He takes the position from Mika Hakkinen, position that Mika Hakkinen held for the longest of times. They fought a bit every so often, especially in Sector 3 and Sector 1, but Mika Hakkinen won most of us. Now, Michael Schumacher is the one with clean air, he's the one without traffic, and he's possibly going to finish second if he can keep his composure, not make mistakes. He can do it. There is nothing David Coulthard didn't do wrong. He had the pace to keep up with the lighter Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher in the beginning stint, had the pace when those two men pit, so he managed to overcut them and had a significant gap between them, control the pace, control the traffic. He was able to pass the traffic at will basically, and he's been rewarded for it. The McLaren, the Mercedes held up, and that means David Coulthard is going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix, his third win of the season, second in a row. Absolutely great job for this Cutman. Second, and race director, can you please focus on them? There he is. Michael Schumacher, he did a solid job holding on to second position. That's the position he deserved according to qualifying. Despite fighting two McLaren Mercedes, he managed to hold one of them back, and is the one that mattered to him. That is Mika Hakkinen, who's gonna finish third. I'm pretty sure Hakkinen wanted more. He wanted the win. He's gonna have to settle for third. Nothing really went right for him. Couldn't get away from Michael Schumacher. Didn't manage to beat his teammate, so he's gonna have to settle for third. Alex Mendoza, solid result for him. Here we have him on screen. He will finish fifth. A very happy David Coulthard wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Along the same time, he secured the fastest lap. Solid job. He had the pace, he had the control, he had everything. From third position, that is a very good result. Michael Schumacher finishes second, exactly where he started. I'm pretty sure he wanted a bit more, but considering the circumstances, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be happy. He beat his championship rival in the form of Mika Häkkinen, who finishes third. He definitely wanted the win. He probably could have won, but the pace David Coulthard had and Michael Schumacher managing to beat him in the strategy, good job Ferrari in that front, definitely made him lose positions. Rubens Barrichello fights back from 7th all the way to 4th. Solid job from the Ferrari man, lessens the blow in the constructor standings for Ferrari. Alex Mendoza finished at 5th in the Jaguar, the results we've come to expect from him. Jacques Villeneuve in the BAR finishes 6th, one more point for the BAR team. As for those that didn't score, we have Jenson Button in the Williams, a bit close to scoring, 10 seconds away from Jacques Villeneuve. He was there, alright. Eddie Irvine pretty much swapped places with his teammate, he will finish 8th. Alexander Wurz for Benetton, the only remaining Benetton, coming back from 12th, finishes 9th. Heinz-Harald Frentzen dropped 4 places from 6th place to 10th place. Pedro de la Rosa in the Arrows, solid job, he will finish 11th. Ricardo Sonta in the BAR finishes 12th. Good job, Pedro Diniz comes back 6 positions. Admittedly, some of those were DNFs, but anyway, he will finish 13th for Sauber, beating his teammate Mika Salo. Maybe some team orders in there, I'm not completely sure. Finally, the last qualified runner will be Nick Heidfeld, who did not actually finish this race. He had an issue with the gearbox apparently, so he did retire on lap 74, but he did more than 90% of the laps, so he will be qualifying. As for the people that DNF, we have John Lacey, Gaston Mazzacane, Marc Genet, Giancarlo Fisichella, Ralf Schumacher, Jarno Trulli, and Jos Verstappen. So what this means for the driver standings is that Michael Schumacher is still in the lead, but 6 points between him and Mika Häkkinen and David Coulthard. Mika Häkkinen and David Coulthard are tied, but Mika Häkkinen has the de facto second place thanks to the fact that he has 4 wins to his name compared to 3 from David Coulthard. Still, it is anyone's championship. Any one of these 3 men could win the championship with just 5 rounds to go. 4th place, Rubens Barrichello, he's pretty much securing his position. Unless he has an amazing run, I doubt he's catching David Coulthard anytime soon. Alex Mendoza is probably gonna finish 5th position, 29 points to his name, added a few more after this race. Jarno Trulli still in 6th position. Jacques Villeneuve gains 1 point and breaks the tie he had with Heinz-Harald Frentzen for 7th position. Heinz-Harald Frentzen still with 7 points. Giancarlo Fisichella and Ralf Schumacher still tied in 6th position. Both of them retired in this race. Eddie Irvine still has 5 points. Jenson Button 2 points. Ricardo Sonta 1 point. As for the constructor standings, McLaren Mercedes have a 10-point lead over Ferrari with 5 rounds to go. They could very well win this Constructors' Championship. In the meantime, Jaguar with 34 points is entrenched in 3rd position. Jordan could catch them, but they would need an amazing run, and with 5 rounds to go, I doubt that will happen. Still, 34-17, Jaguar, Jordan. BAR Honda finally break the tie they had with Williams. I say finally when Williams just barely managed to tie it up in the previous round. Still, BAR managed to get 1 over Williams. They are now in 5th. Williams in 6th and Benetton only has 6 points. Everyone else is unclassified. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry that this took so long. I've been very busy with engineering and I've been looking into upgrading my setup. Right now I'm using a single computer. I'm looking into using a computer and a laptop to record, plus upgrading my main computer from a very weak dual core to a bit more powerful quad core processor. That's hopefully gonna happen in a few days. Maybe when I upload this one it will be there, but maybe not. Still, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one for the Belgium Grand Prix.